guys, welcome back to Graceful Beauty. My name is Sherry and today I'm just going to film for you a little chatty get ready with me. I'm just going to give you guys a little update of where I've been the past few weeks. I have posted videos, but I actually had filmed those videos a few weeks prior because I've been doing some traveling and things like that. So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about my trip to Cuba, getting Botox, and just some other little things. So before I just keep yapping on and on and on, let's just get right into the video. And if you guys wanna get ready with me at the same time, grab all of your makeup, a cup of coffee, and let's get started. Before we get started, if you wanna be subscribed to my channel and you're not already subscribed, look down below at the subscribe button and just tap that button. And if you want to get notified each time I post a new video, make sure you tap on that notification bell. Now, I don't post every single day or 5 times a day, so you're not going to get notifications all the time. Usually once a week, sometimes twice a week, it just depends. But if you do want to get notified, make sure you tap that little bell. I've already done all of my morning skincare, and I also applied my sunscreen to my face. This is probably my favorite sunscreen right now. This is the Peter Thomas Roth Max Mineral SPF 45. This is an all mineral or physical sunscreen, and it has zinc oxide and titanium dioxide in it. And what I really like about it, sorry, my nose is itching. What I really like about it is the zinc oxide, it's not on, oh, here it is. The zinc oxide is almost 20% in here, and the titanium dioxide is only 1.93, but the zinc oxide is what I really like in this. Now, usually when I use this sunscreen though, I mix it with something else. I like to layer a few sunscreens only because, you know, I have all this melasma and hyperpigmentation. So, I mean, for me, I can never over apply sunscreen. So, but this one is really nice. I have oily, acne prone skin, and I love this on my face. It just kind of dries down to a satin finish, but on the days that I'm a little more oily and I want it a little more matte, maybe I'll mix one of my more mattifying sunscreens with it. But today, my face is kind of peeling. It's not raw or irritated from my Retin-A, but I've just been being a little more aggressive, gently aggressive, I guess I'll say, with some of my alpha hydroxys and my Retin-As, not mixing them, but just doing them more often than I normally do so I can get that skin to continue to shed. So right now, my face just, if you really see it up close, it's pieces can like just literally peel off. It's kind of gross, but I really like when that happens because then the skin that's underneath is just really nice. But of course, since melasma starts from deep down in those layers of your skin, it's just going to keep surfacing and surfacing. So the more I can turn my skin over, the better. So anyways, enough about sunscreen. And then I applied one of my favorite primers. It's by Hourglass. It's their Ambient Light primer, and this one is in the shade Moonlight. And I'm going to spray my face with my Avène Thermal Spring Water. I go through bottles of this constantly. I love this stuff. I know I've talked about it before on my channel, but if you have, and it's just got such a nice fine mist. I mean, I don't know if you can see this. Look at that. Oh, feels so good. This is perfect if you are hot outside and you're like, oh, I just need a refresher. Spray this on your face. You don't have to worry like a lot of those other face sprays that have alcohol and, you know, different essential oils and things like that that could irritate your skin. If you are looking for not so much a setting spray, but, you know, something to mist over your face either prior to makeup application or after makeup application to kind of mesh it all together, or if you just want to keep this in your purse and then midday for just a refresher pick-me-up, it literally does wake you up. Today I'm just going to apply my IT Cosmetics CC cream. This one I think is in medium tan. As you can tell, it's like almost gone. But what I end up doing is I cut these tubes open and then I just scrape out all of the last goodness in here. So I have not filmed actually for like 3 weeks maybe. So the videos that you've seen going up the past few weeks, I had filmed those in advance, because we do a lot of traveling. I'm technically retired now, and I can tell you guys that whole story later, why I'm retired at 46. But my husband still works. He is with the sheriff's department. He's a firefighter. He's a captain at the fire department. So he has a year left before he officially retires. We travel a lot. Like, we love to travel. So what we are doing so that he can like extend this year out and not be, you know, counting down and just like dying watching the calendar of when he's supposed to retire. We are trying to do like 1 or 2 vacations every month. So we do travel a lot. But just so you guys know, when we travel, we are not staying in like 5-star accommodations and having a limo pick us up from the airport, or we cruise mostly. We don't like to fly a whole lot just because it's just too much hassle. We love to cruise. So, but we don't ever get balconies or anything like that. We are Diamond Plus with Royal Caribbean, so we only have 1 level left to get to Platinum, but we always stay like midship and the bottom, you know, like on the 2nd or 3rd floor with no windows, which we love because I can't sleep when there's any light shining, and we even put towels underneath the doors of the cruise ship. So we went to Cuba 2 times. The first time we went was a few weeks ago, and then the second time we went was last week. We did a cruise there. It was like 4 nights or something like that. I took these pictures with my cell phone. You know, these are not like professionally taken photos with my nice camera or anything, but I just kind of wanted to get some pictures of the culture and you know, just to have some little memories. These are some things that our taxi driver told us too, because I didn't know why were people standing in line at like this meat market and the shelves looked bare. And he said that they get ration cards, and once a month they have a limit of what they can get each person. And again, this is just what he told us. So I'm not saying that this is how things are there. This is just what the man told us. But he said that once a month they can have 6 eggs per person, I think a pound of meat, a pound of rice, 8 ounces of red beans, 8 ounces of black beans. It was just a very small amount of things. And you know, I wanted to start crying when I was hearing this because it was almost embarrassing. I felt guilty, like, okay, now I'm gonna go get back on my cruise and order 37 dinners tonight. And it just, I don't know, I felt very blessed, but my heart, you know, really hurt for the people that couldn't just go into Publix or Walmart or whatever grocery store and just buy whatever they want. But as you can see in the pictures, there were a lot of really, you know, pretty things that we got to experience. Now, we only got to go into Havana, and I'm just gonna spray my face again with some water. So we only got to go into Havana, and you know, when you go out there on a cruise, you have to fill out this form, and they say, you know, I guess you can't even go to the beaches and lollygag. They want you there in the city. One thing that I really enjoyed, I love the way the culture was in the town. I love seeing the women walk around, you know, with those neat outfits on. Or there's this one lady, I got a picture of her from afar, but she just hangs out smoking a cigar, and then just seeing the bands and things like that just on the street, and how happy some of the people were. Some of the churches, I really enjoy walking around and just looking at the beautiful architecture. Some of these buildings there are just, they're so old, and the architecture is just absolutely stunning, all of the little details. For concealer today, I need a little more moisture, just like I said, because my skin there, this top layer is starting to peel off. So probably by tomorrow, after I wash my face tonight, and then in the morning, it should all be peeled off. But it's just literally a thin sheet of skin just peeling off. So I need a little more moisture. So I'm going to use my Color Science 3-in-1 Total Eye. This is just a, it's like an under eye brightener and concealer, basically. It's this orangey color, but you can see, look at the difference that it does. Now obviously I'm going to blend this in, but I keep this in my purse. I love it. This is very sheer. It's not you know, like an opaque formula, but it's an SPF, so that's why I keep it in my purse. And you know, usually, even though I have a hat on, if I'm outside, I like to just reapply, and when I reapply sunscreen, this kind of doubles as an under eye concealer just to kind of touch it up also. The other thing I like to use is my IT Cosmetics CC Eye. This is kind of like their CC cream, but it's not, it's a little more sheer, and I think it has some mica or something in it, but not sparkly, because I don't like big sparkles on my face. But this is nice. It's a little more moisturizing. So this is something that I will keep in my purse also. And you know, midday, if my under eyes feel dry, or if I just want to touch up a little concealer, I will use this also. So I'm just blending these today, and you know, it doesn't make a huge difference, but it makes enough difference to where my under eyes are a little bit brighter, and I'm not using such a drying under eye concealer. So you know what I want to do? I'm just going to put a smidgy of my Maybelline Age Rewind just right here where this dark line is. You know, I probably should have filler because now I'm looking like every day like, oh, you haven't slept, you must be tired, even though I have slept. It's just, you know, as we age, we lose, you know, the fullness underneath our eyes. So, you know, filler would work, but I don't know. I'm just kind of chicken to do that. So I will just keep trying to conceal it. But I'm not going to put this all the way over here just since I am a little more dry here. I just want to kind of keep it right here just to kind of brighten it up a little bit and help to cover up this line. And it probably looks kind of bright right now because I'm using the neutralizer color. But after I do all of my makeup and blend everything, it'll blend really nicely. So speaking of filler, I know a lot of people always think I have filler in my cheeks just because, you know, I have high cheekbones, but I've never had any filler, anything like that. There was actually a guy when I first joined the military, I forget, maybe I was in tech school or somewhere, but he used to always say, when you smile, why are your cheeks touching your eyes? And so now people ask me if I've had filler in my cheeks, which I haven't. And it's also because I've gained some weight, so that's probably why I have extra, you know, chunkiness right here, lifting it all up. So I have never had any fillers, but in my title I said I got Botox. So, and I didn't get Botox in Cuba. I realize that probably seems like it when you're reading the title. I didn't get it in Cuba, but I did get Botox, cosmetic Botox, and I'll tell you where in a minute. Now I do get Botox for migraines. I'm supposed to get it every 3 months, but that just doesn't happen. Right now, I haven't had it now for almost about 5 months, yeah, and I get it the end of next month, the end of October, I get it again. It's just difficult to get, you know, the appointment scheduled. But they don't do, you know, here or anywhere here. I mean, I wish I could try to trick the doctor and say I have a migraine here and maybe he'll get rid of these wrinkles. But they just do all up on your forehead up here for migraines. But then the main part where they do, so this doesn't really do anything because, you know, I still have forehead wrinkles up here. But they do all on the sides of my head, and then they do all down the back of my head, all in my neck and my shoulders. And let me just tell you, it hurts because they're using a bigger needle and they've got to go deeper, especially in my shoulders or on the sides of my head. And since I'm always guarding and everything's, you know, so tight all the time, you can hear it like crunching through your skin, and then he's got to go so deep. And I have a pretty high pain tolerance. Cosmetic Botox doesn't faze me. It's just like, yeah, go ahead, just stab me wherever. But when I get Botox for migraines, it's pretty uncomfortable. But within a week, you know, 2 weeks, it's like it all starts paralyzing all those muscles that are always so sore, and I feel great afterwards, and it really does help with my migraines. Oh, so real quick before I tell you where I got my cosmetic Botox, today I'm going to use my Laura Mercier eye and cheek palette. I love this thing. I showed this to you guys, I think, in another video, but this might be one of my favorite palettes right now, especially for travel. I mean, look at how thin this is, and look at how small it is. This is just such a perfect palette, and then you just push the little button and it opens right up, and it's got a nice size mirror. There's 8 eyeshadows in here. You have 5 mattes, which you guys know I love mattes, and if you have hooded eyes, I just feel like matte eyeshadows are the best for hooded eyes. This is the only shade I don't like because it's like chalky. It's a shimmer. It's just okay, but it just, I don't know. It's just, they should have not put that one in there, but it's fine. I love the rest of these, especially this grayish, bluish, lavendery. I don't even know how to describe this color, but this is why I bought this palette. I love, this is great for a transition color, but I love putting it underneath my lower lash line. You have 2 blushes and a bronzer. I love this bronzer. This is just a beautiful shade. It looks so nice and it blends. It's very creamy, but it's a powder, but it just blends out so well. And then these 2 blushes, you know, when I first saw it, I thought, oh, I don't want to wear a blush that's that bright. They do not look this bright and crazy on your cheeks. It just gives you a beautiful look to your skin. So I just primed my eyes with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I am going to start applying these shadows. I'm going to use this shade right here first. I don't know the names of them because they are not listed on here, but this is just a beautiful, it's like a mauve brown, but it's a nice, light, perfect color for your transition or your crease color. So I was saying I got cosmetic Botox, so I'm also going to pop up a couple photos. Now I took a couple of these with my cell phone. I only got Botox right here on this line, and you can still see it. I got it 2.5 weeks ago, I guess. So you know, my eyebrows, everything still moves because I don't like that paralyzed look on your face. But, you know, my eyebrows do lift up pretty well. But I only got it right here on this line. And, you know, you can still tell. It's like, because it's such a deep indentation, I feel like. But the reason I got it, I don't know if you noticed in some of my other videos, and it was driving me bonkers, since I hadn't had Botox here in so long, but I get it up here for the migraines, what I'm getting up here and not doing anything here, I was starting to get like these, when I lift up my eyebrows or squint, I was getting like these horns right here, and I noticed it. I don't know if you guys noticed it in the camera, but to me, it bothered me, so I got just a little bit of Botox right here on this little line. And, you know, I still have all my wrinkles here. See, I can't talk and do makeup at the same time, so let me try to do it while I'm talking. But Botox used to wear off when I used to get it right here, you know, many years ago. It used to last a good 5 or 6 months, and I don't know. I honestly think that the pharmaceutical companies are like doing something to it, so it's like, yeah, let's make them come in every 3 months, because now when I get it, it really does. It's 3 months and it's done. Now I'm squinting and it's not as pronounced. It's still there. So just, you know, look at the pictures and see what you think. So I will clean this part up here in a little bit. Now I'm gonna do my brows, and I just want to use a Q-tip and just run the Q-tip through my eyebrows real quick, just because I have a little bit of foundation in there and I want the brow pencil to stick. I mentioned it before, but I did not like this Rimmel brow pencil when I first got it. Let me switch mirrors. This is one of my, well, it is my absolute favorite brow pencil ever. It's almost like a pomade in a pencil. You know how you have a lot of pencils that you apply to your eyes, and then midday, you know, you just scratch your eye and then half of the brow product is gone? This stuff doesn't do this. This stays on. It comes off when you wash it off, obviously, but, oh, that's rolled up too high. But I love this stuff. I love it so much. I can do my brows so fast with this product. I'm not a makeup artist or anything, so, you know, I'm sure I do a lot of makeup things wrong, but I really love it. Like, you know, since my brows are so high up and I don't really grow any brows right here, I like to kind of maybe draw it, you know, instead of drawing these big arches like the way they are, I like to kind of bring it down a little bit so it's not so high up. And it's just an amazing brow pencil. I'm telling you, if you are brow challenged like I am, and if you're just not good at drawing them on. Now, I'm taking longer, obviously, because I'm sitting here talking while I'm doing it. But this, you can just do such a light application, and it really does. It looks so natural. And then just use the spoolie and, you know, blend it through. So let me just do this one without talking. So, and since I'm not a brow expert, when I use the spoolie, you know, when you're brushing, it just kind of makes it not look as, you know, clean around the brows. So what I like to do is just take a little bit of my concealer, and then I just take a small brush. You can use any kind of brush, any small brush. I just wipe off the excess, and then all I do is I just clean up around the brows, and I'm gonna fix this here in a minute, but I just kind of draw. This is why I like to do my brows before my eyeshadow, because I am putting this concealer here. I'm just making them look a little more cleaned up so I don't have brush strokes. And then I just take a beauty blender or a blending sponge. This is my Sigma 3D HD sponge. I love this sponge. So you probably can't even tell a difference, but this brow is just a little more defined because I've cleaned up the edges. Now I just want to clean this up a little bit, just because, you know, when I was slapping it on and I put that dark, I got it down a little too low. I like to, when I do my eyeshadow, I like to draw like an imaginary line from here to here, and I don't like to go below it. Same thing here. So you can see I went below it. So I'm just going to take, this color is too light, and this is by Josie Mara, and I'm going to show you guys all the stuff that I bought in the Sephora sale in another video. But this one is too light, but I'm going to go back and get the one that's a shade darker. But this is an amazing concealer. This is very creamy and I like it. So I am just going to kind of lightly apply some here, and then I'm just going to blend it out. And you know, I really could just use my finger. I just don't want to tug on my eyes. And then once it dries, I'm going to blend my eyes a little bit better. But, you know, I'm kind of just showing you what I do when I mess up. So now you can kind of see maybe that this eye is a little more lifted than this one because the eyeshadow comes down too low on this side. So let's just clean that up. Now, you don't need to take this whole big glop. I'm just, you know, being lazy doing that because then I'm just kind of wiping it right off with the blending sponge. But then it just kind of helps bring your eyes going back up. You know, when you start to age, you want to make sure everything is lifted, not pulling things down. And I'm just going to take this fluffy blending brush and just kind of do small circles and blend upwards just to kind of soften that little edge where I just did. Now, I normally don't spend this kind of time doing all this. I'm just, you know, playing around today and just getting ready while I chat with you guys. Now, before I do my eyeliner, I just want to lighten up right here a little bit just because my eyes have been just looking so much more hooded lately. That's why I've been really trying to put the Retin-A on my eyelids because I kind of got lazy with my Retin-A use just because I was trying so many other products and having fun with them. And, you know, when I don't use Retin-A on a regular basis, I really notice it in my skin. So I'm trying to get a little more aggressive with my new face and with my Retin-A and trying, because I really want to try to lift my hooded eyes. You know, I've always had hooded eyes though. This is not something that I got since I got older. Even when I was a little girl. I'll see if I can find a picture and show you how hooded my eyes were even as a little girl. So let's put on this bronzer. So this is the brush I'm using. See how I'm not able to like talk and do makeup at the same time because then I just go off on these tangents and start talking about totally different things. So this bronzer, it's not like a super intense dark bronzer, but look how pretty that is. And it just blends so well. I mean, you really could just use that as your blush if you wanted. And I just like to put a little bit around here. Helps to make your chin look a little more defined, I guess. And then I want to put some up here to not make my forehead look so massive. It helps to cover up this receding hairline that I have also. And then for blush, I'm just going to use this one right here and just put a little bit here. I mean, it's just such a pretty color. I love this blush. Now, I put more blush on than the average person. I really love blush. So if you watch my channel, you'll know that I have nothing against a little bit of clown cheeks on my face. I just think blush, you know, makes you look more alive. It makes your whole look pretty. Like if it's midday and you just feel kind of blah, if you put a little blush on, it just changes everything. Now, since my face is really feeling dry right now, I am actually going to apply a little more water. And this is just, like I said, such a fine mist. It just, I will do this all day long when my face feels like this. And it just helps so that it doesn't get super dry and flaky. And also, it just kind of acts like a setting spray and it just kind of meshes everything together. All right, so I'm like all over the place. I'm not even doing my makeup, you know, like in proper order, but you know, it's just makeup. There's no proper order. So I'm just going to put a little eyeliner on my inner waterline, and this is, I like to use this when like I look really tired and my eyes are kind of red. This is by Maybelline, and I will link it down below which one I'm using, but I like using this because it just kind of opens up my eyes. I should have just done one and then shown you, and this is waterproof, so that's why I like to put it on the inside of the waterline in here because, you know, then it stays on most of the day. So I'm just going to put on a little eyeliner on the top. This is one of my favorites. This, I've talked about it in a ton of videos, but I like this because it's like a felt tip marker, but it's a really fine point, and you can do a really thin line with this, but this has been my favorite for a long time. I'll link it down below. I got it in one of my beauty boxes, and it's hard to find, but I think they said this is kind of like a dupe for one of the YSL ones, and you know, the YSL one is really expensive. So this is a great eyeliner. I don't start all the way in the center of the corner of my eye here. I start a little bit more than halfway. Alright, so I definitely want to lift up my eyes, brighten my eyes, so I am going to curl my eyelashes today, and I'm just using my all-time favorite eyelash curler. I don't know if you can tell. I mean, this eye I just curled, and this one is not, and it just really lifts up my eye, and I know my eyes are really red today. I don't know why. But anyway, so curling your lashes, it'll really help, especially on days that you really just need your eyes to look more lifted. And I'm going to use my favorite mascara. I have a ton of high-end mascaras, but you know what? I keep going back to this one from the drugstore. This is the Maybelline Full and Soft. I love this stuff. I'm going to show you what it does to my lashes. What I love about this, it doesn't get clumpy when I put it on. I can even rub it on my top lash, on the top of my eyelash. So I can coat both sides. But it just lengthens my lashes and makes them look so full and wispy. I just love, love, love this. And you know, if you want to put multiple coats on, you can, and it's not going to look all clumpy and look like tarantula eyelashes. But look at this, with just this amount that I put on. I don't know if you can tell the difference. I love this mascara, so I'm just going to put a little more on this eye. Oops, got too much. Put a little bit more on. I mean, look at the difference it makes having mascara on. It just really lifts up your eyes. And again, this is drugstore mascara. This is so inexpensive. So I live in hot, sunny Florida, so if I'm sweating, I don't have mascara dripping all down my face. I mean, it just really is an all-around amazing mascara. My battery is flashing, so I didn't charge it first. I'm just going to put some lipstick on real quick. This is one that I love. This is by NYX, more drugstore. Now I do have a lot of high-end lipsticks, but I love this one by NYX. And this is their Ombre Lip Duo. I'll link it down below. I have a couple different ones. I'm not going to use the lip liner that's in it. I'm going to use my favorite Estee Lauder lip liner in Brick. Today I'm going to put the lipstick on first, and then I'm going to do the lip liner afterwards, just because I don't want to have such a harsh lip line. This is such a pretty color. It's just like a nude. To me, this is like the perfect nude. It's going to be perfect for the fall, or it's great for the summer also. I mean, I just love this color. It's a mattifying, but it's like a creamy matte. I don't like those kind of mattes that your lips, you know, feel like all the life is sucked out of them. And then I'm just going to put the liner on next, and then I'm going to try to blend it. And also, see what my lips look like with no lip liner? You can make your lips look a little bit bigger when you line them. And I like to do it afterwards when I'm not trying to have such a harsh line. I mean, it may end up looking like a harsh, you know, lip line, but we'll see. And I am going to blend this again, but it does make your bottom lip look a little bit bigger when you line just a smidgy outside. Now this side, I draw it up a little bit higher because my lips are crooked. This one goes up higher than this one. So I'm just going to use my lip brush. I love this lip brush. If you're looking for an amazing lip brush that has nice firm bristles and nice and pointed and makes your lipstick look really precise, I'll link this one down below. I love it. So I just wanted to blend that together a little bit, just so it wasn't such a harsh lip line. And that's why I like to line afterwards sometimes if I'm not trying to have a super dark lip line. Now, I could have used a lighter lip liner, but I just love this lip liner. I love it so much. I honestly will wear it with any color. I make it work because I just blend it out. Then I want to put a little bit of lip gloss on. I love this one by Essence. This is so pretty. I love it on its own, but I love to top it over different lipsticks. And I'm just going to put a little bit here in the center. And that was a lot. I'll have to blot that off. But it's kind of like a holographic, like pinkish purple, but it's still really pretty. It makes your lips look more youthful. It helps with wrinkles on your lips. But I love, love, love this stuff. Now I know I already put blush on, but I kept spraying water and then blotting it off. So I'm going to just put my favorite blush on. This is honestly the one that I use almost every single day. And even if I use another blush, I end up topping it with this because it's just something about this beautiful pink shade. I mean, it doesn't look this bright on your cheeks, but I just think pink looks beautiful on every skin tone, every skin color, on anyone, whether you're older or younger. And I just tap it a little bit, and then I just put a little bit right here on my cheeks. I got a little too much, but is this color so pretty? I love it. This is my absolute favorite blush. You can't get it in the stores anymore. I'll link down below, you know, where you can get it, but I love this color. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did like this video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. And if you want to be subscribed to my channel but you're not already subscribed, just click the little subscribe button down below. If you want to get notified each time I post a video, make sure you tap that little notification bell. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.